Okay, YouTubers. It's been a while since I've done any stories, and it's already almost 1 o'clock in the morning right now, but I wanted to go ahead and get one more video out there since I've been so delinquent for the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to do a story. This story is entitled The Adventures of Prince Edmund. Now, I know some of you guys turn on my blogs, and because I'm so long-winded and everything else, you pretty much just turn them on, turn up the video. So this is what I'm going to suggest, that you just ignore the video and just listen. I'm going to just do chapter 1, and I think I'm just going to try to read this. I wrote this story when I was 14 years of age. Now, the story actually was created when I was, I think, about 11 years of age. It started out as like a 3-page short story, very, very short. In fact, I wish I still had the original three-page story, because I just can't imagine that my 75-80-page novelette that I wrote when I was 14 started out to be a 3-page story. So I just wonder, what did I do? I just don't remember. But I do recall writing it for a class in school, and each year it got bigger and bigger and bigger till it became this. So, without further ado, The Adventures of Prince Edmund. I begin with chapter 1, entitled The Amulet. "Run from me if you can! You'll never escape!" cried the wicked witch. "There's nowhere for you to go. I have control of all the land, and your father the king is in the dungeon. So, as you can see, it is hopeless." Prince Andrea ran as fast as she could. "I'll find some way to stop you," she cried. "I'll find somewhere to go. Xavier will be free someday." "I wouldn't count on it," cackled the witch. "I have placed a spell on all the land, and everyone is in my control. There's no one in this country that can save you." You hate it when you start and you mess up, but either way, I'm just going to continue because I don't like editing. The princess ran to her little hut as she escaped the evil witch. This was a place that she always went to when she was scared, needed a place to be on her own. Not even her father the king knew about her secret hiding place. Her thoughts were of saving the king, who had been put under heavy guard in the dungeon. But who could save us? Who could save my kingdom, she wondered. It's hopeless, for everyone has been put under the curse of the witch. Nobody could help her. Not the elves, not the fairies, nor the beasts of the woods. Plus, she had even taken their worst enemy, the ogres, and put them as her personal bodyguards in the castle. But wait a minute. She mentioned everybody on the land. The princess thought for a moment. Maybe the dwarves are safe, she thought. They live underground. Maybe they haven't been affected. Well, I'll go and see. It's worth a try, she thought to herself. And with that, she went to the entrance to the dwarves' underground village. At the entrance of the dwarves' stump, which led to their homes underground, there was a gruff-sounding voice. "Who's making that confounded noise up there?" the voice said. "Speak up now. Don't be so silent." It's I, Princess Andrea. Please let me in," said the princess. "Well, come on in, princess." "Sorry to be so gruff, but you know these are wicked times," said the dwarf. Andrea went in through the stump, and there a dwarf stood with a cloak about him and a dagger at his side. The princess followed the dwarf, whose name was Cal, to the center of the underground city. When they were in the middle of the city, Cal turned and asked, "What has brought you to the world of the dwarves, princess?" The princess' reply was, "I have come to see the dwarf wizard you call Zandabar." "Oh, well, follow me and I'll show you where Zandabar lives," he said. And with this he began to trot off in another direction. The princess followed him. On the way to the wizard's house they encountered many dwarfs, whom the princess had never met before. So as any polite person would do, she said hello and went on. Finally Cal stopped and said, "This is where Zandabar the wizard lives." And with that he said goodbye and silently slipped into the darkness as he left. Princess Andrea knocked on the door. An elderly voice said, "Who is there?" "It is I, Princess Andrea, from the land above," she said. Come in. You are always welcome," said the wizard. "What brings you here to talk to me?" Andrea came in and began to tell her story about the witch taking over the country of Xavria and enslaving all the people, animals, elves, fairies, and that she had made her personal bodyguards out of the ogres. "It seems to me that you will need somebody that is strong, brave, and who would be willing to come to Xavria to fight the witch," said Zandabar with a thoughtful look on his face. "The only possible thing that I can do is give you this." And after searching for a short time, he came up with a small amulet. After finding the amulet, he gave it to her and said, "Tonight, when the moon is high in the sky, tell the amulet to find a person that is brave, strong, and willing to come to save Xavria." The princess thanked the wizard very much and left to return to her small cottage. That night, when the moon was high in the sky, she took the amulet and said in a clear voice, "Amulet, given to me by Zandabar the wizard, I ask you to send me to someone who is mighty and brave, and who will come and rescue my people here in Xavria." And with that, a sudden thunder cloud appeared. A lightning bolt struck, and the princess was gone. That's the end of chapter 1. I'm going to keep these quite short, at least as short as I can, without doing too many mess-ups. So, stay tuned next time when I get to chapter 2, Calling for Help, in the great saga of the adventures of Prince Edmund, as written by a 14-year-old DasGregor many, many years ago. I hope you enjoyed chapter 1, The Amulet. And until next time, goodbye.